Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. This is your boy Musa bringing you that flame. It is approximately like 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time. It is June the 9th, 2022. And this is your boy bringing you this flame. On whatever device you may be on. You may be on a computer screen or you may be on your phone or a tablet. I want to thank you for pressing that button and getting some insight and getting some of this 450 degrees on your device. So please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You have your ears to the street. As long as YouTube do not be putting screens and setting pics on your board drawing content. Shout out to the black YouTube out there, Ticket TV, Carcino, Kwame Brown, Too Raw for Sports, Too Raw for TV, LVZ. Oh man, there's so many worthy YouTubers. Mr. Palmer, the lead attorney. R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels lived to this day. He ain't gone anywhere, baby. Kevin Samuels, he is a Jesus type figure. He resurrected the black man, and hell, resurrected men all over the board. Just being real with it, concise with the truth. And some people don't know how to handle that truth. You know, like 2 plus 2 equal 4. But to other people, 1 plus 1 equal a third. 1 plus 1 equal 5, 8, whatever they narrative wanted to be. That's just what it is. Now, my man, I've been turned on to this guy early on this week. And he is straight first down material. He's straight, concise, straight to the point. And that man is none and only but the great Matt Walsh. Subscribe to his channel, y'all. Hey, brothers, if you ain't with that fuckery that they're trying to push, you need to hit this man's channel. And you're gonna grow. You're gonna grow. You can't stay the same way, brothers, man. And I'm gonna leave a link in the description box, my man. But you know, we got these transformers out here, man. They just gonna change it to whatever they want to change into, regardless. And the thing is, they will try to push that narrative on you. On you. So just peep game and let me know what you think about this right here. This is your boy on Dr. Phil.
To other members of the panel, actually, because just like the 4-year-old can't answer what is a girl, well, this is one of the problems with this left-wing gender ideology, is that no one who espouses it can even tell you what these words mean. It's like, what is a woman? Well, can you tell me what a woman is?
No, I can't. Because it's not for me to say. Womanhood looks different for everybody.
What do you define a woman as?
An adult human female.
And what does a female mean?
Well,
how
that's
do you define a
someone with female reproductive organs.
Okay.
Someone who's, here's the thing, when you're female, it goes right down to your bones, your DNA. So that's why if someone dies, we could dig up their bones 100 years from now. We have no idea what they believed in their head, but we can tell what sex they were because it's ingrained in every fiber of their being.
Your definition is that a woman is someone who is female, you said, right?
Correct. There's a biological female.
So what happens if we have maybe someone who is female, identifies as a woman, right? Cisgender woman, right? As you just explained, maybe doesn't have the ability to reproduce. Maybe doesn't have those organs that you're talking about that are reproductive organs.
I have answered the question. You stood up here and said trans women are women.
Yes.
Tell me what you mean. What is a woman?
Womanhood is something that, just as Ethan explained, I cannot define because I am not
But
myself.
you used the word. So what did you mean when you said trans women are women if you don't know what it means?
Right? So here's the thing. So I do not define what a woman is because I do not identify as a woman. Womanhood is something that is an umbrella term. It includes people who...
That describes what?
People who identify as a woman.
Identify as what?
As a woman.
What is that?
was to each their own. Each woman, each man, each person is going to have a different relation with their own gender identity and define it differently. And so trans women are women too. And you want to hold on. You want to reduce. Listen.
Even tell me what the word means, though. So
you
that's
want to
the
reduce
problem.
women. You want to reduce men down to maybe just their genetics, our genitals, our chromosomes, right? That's what you're
What
saying.
you want to do is
that's what
you want to do is appropriate women. You want to appropriate womanhood and turn it into basically a costume that could be.
There should be no construct of gender, just sex. You're either male or female.
Right.
And someone feeling in a mental, emotional way that they don't identify with the sex that they have been biologically created as and assigned at birth based on their genitalia. If they don't feel that way, that there's no construct that describes that, experiences that.
Well, that's got nothing to do with the reality. So you can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. So your self-perception, you can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part in that self-perception or to take part in this kind of charade, this theatrical production. You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. You know, it's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and no matter whatever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. It makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. That's grammar. That's language.
So you think
that was pretty soul searching. It's only so much that a man can take and hold his passion, his energy, his fact and his truth, his persecution. Oh God. This world is a trip, isn't it? It is a trip. And it is attributed to this damn, to the left, man. To the left. And I hate to be like that. To the left. But did you see how they just couldn't answer the question? I mean, come on, man. Don't. That's what their answer's gonna be when we start asking direct questions and such. What is like for instance, what is a woman? Oh God, my man, I'm gonna show some of this audio that he got on this little movie. He got his little show, What is a Woman? Documentary. Man, it is some bull. I'm talking about his content ain't bull, but the answers that this man is getting, I don't see how he just didn't clothesline this woman right here, man. I want y'all to listen to this old crazy. When I say crazy, madness.
watch.
My name is Michelle Forcier, and I have a medical degree from University of Connecticut, residency, University of Utah Pediatrics, and I've worked for a number of different Planned Parenthoods for 20 years. I do advanced contraception and abortion, as well as gender hormones, and sort of looking at the whole sort of schema of gender, sex, and reproductive justice.
So you've done a lot of work in this field. Could you just start by telling us?
Sure.
At what age can a child first begin to transition into another gender or identify themselves as a gender different from how they were born?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's research and data that show that babies and infants understand differences in gender. Some children figure out their gender really early, and the reason why we say, oh, it's interesting or important is because they're figuring out their gender identity is not necessarily congruent with their sex assigned at birth.
When the doctor sees the penis and says, this is a male, has the sex of male, that's an arbitrary distinction.
Telling that family, based on that little penis, that your child is absolutely 100% male identified, no matter what else occurs in their life, that's not correct.
So what does gender affirmation care? You're a big proponent of. If we walk through, a child is sitting down with you, is questioning their gender. What's the gender affirmation process?
Affirmation means that as a pediatrician, as someone who says my job is to provide the best medical care for you, is I need to listen really carefully. And how I put it in words for kids so that they can understand it is, tell me your story. Where have you been in terms of your gender and your gender identity? Where are you right now? And more excitingly, where would you like to be in the future?
Have you ever met a 4-year-old who believes in Santa Claus?
Mm-hmm.
So this is someone who believes that a fat man is traveling through the sky on a flying reindeer at lightning speed, coming down his chimney with presents.
Yeah.
Would you say that this is someone who maybe has a tenuous grasp on reality?
They have an appropriate 4-year-old handle on the reality
agreed.
that's very real for them.
Agreed. But Santa Claus is real for them, but
Yeah.
Santa Claus is not actually real.
Yeah, well, but Santa Claus does deliver their Christmas presents.
Well, yeah, but he's not real, though.
To that child, they are.
When I see a child who, believes in Santa Claus, and then let's say this is a boy and he says, I'm a girl.
Mm-hmm.
This is someone who can't distinguish between fantasy and reality, so how could you take that as a reality?
I would say that as a pediatrician and as a parent, I would say how wonderful my 4-year-old and their imagination is.
Now you see, that's what's wrong with society right now. The old participation trophy. Don't want a child to go uphill. Don't want a child to learn and know that whatever the child thinks is okay. Who in the fuck in their right mind will let a 4-year-old dictate the avenues on life, where they gotta go? You tell me. Yes, they gotta go through turbulence. It's inevitable. But what the fuck, man? What the fuck? You mean you this is allowed? This is parenting and you a fucking doctor? You a fucking doctor? It get better, y'all. It get better. It get better. It get better. It get better. It get better.
Insane. So it was a pretty bewildering exchange there, but it only gets weirder from here. Let's keep watching. Male gametes. That's what makes me male.
No, your sperm don't make you male.
Then what does?
It's a constellation.
In reality. In truth. Okay?
Whose truth are we talking about?
The same truth that says we're sitting in this room right now, you and I.
No, you're not listening.
If I see a chicken laying eggs and I say that's a female chicken laying eggs, did I assign female, or am I just observing a physical reality that's happening in the world?
Does a chicken have gender identity? Does a chicken cry?
Well,
Does a chicken commit suicide? Let's
What does that have to do
frame
with-
it, because you're trying
The chicken has sex like any
chicken
biological
has
organism.
an assigned gender, but a chicken doesn't have a gender identity.
So we assign female to chickens when they lay eggs?
We assume they're female if they lay eggs.
That right there.
Oh, Man, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, boy. I tell you. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Participation motherfucking trophies, boy. Matt, you are the fucking MVP right now at this present time. Because I don't know how you keep your composure on this crazy crap right here. But we going to continue to cook again. Lord have mercy.
And they're fake meat. Buy from Good Ranchers.
Let's get some more.
At what age does the medical transition begin with medication?
So medical affirmation begins when the patient says they're ready for it. So that could be a kiddo who is just starting puberty and panicking because they're getting breast buds or their penis is getting bigger and busier and they're worried about all kinds of masculine changes. And that way, puberty blockers, which are completely reversible and don't have permanent effects, are wonderful because we can put that pause on puberty. Just like if you were listening to music, you put the pause on and we stop the blockers and puberty would go right back to where it was. The next note in the song just delayed that period of time.
So this is a part from later in the film.
Oh, God. So, man, she's talking about just delaying puberty but giving these kids drugs. Drugs, man. The same drugs that they give pedophiles. That's some sick shit, boy.
Choosing professional.
Sick shit.
Actual purpose.
Here we go, man.
Let's watch that. One of the drugs used is Lupron, right? Which has actually been used to chemically castrate sex offenders.
You know what? I'm not sure that we should continue with this interview because it's...
Look. Don't even want to face that smoke. But she's so proud of, they get to have their own choice and everything, you know. You're not listening. I don't know. I don't see how he could just, I'm sure he could have just clotheslined her, choked her. Probably did one of them in his mind, you know, because that's the monster inside that Jordan Peterson be talking about. Cause all that bullshit. That's that bullshit, man. Oh, Lordy.
It seems like it's going in a particular direction.
Well, you're a medical professional.
I am a medical professional.
So you don't want to talk about the drugs that you give to kids, or?
Again, I'm a physician and I use medication. You're choosing exploitive words. Drugs I give to kids.
I'm choosing a
chemical
word that was in a dictionary.
That's not a correct term for puberty blocking.
I could look it up on my phone, but I'm pretty sure if I looked it up,
you can look it up on your phone.
It says medical definition: the administration of a drug to bring about a marked reduction of the body's production of androgens and especially testosterone.
And I'm saying, as a pediatrician who takes care of hundreds of these kids, when you use that terminology, you are being malignant and harmful.
I mean, there are some who would say that giving chemical castration drugs to kids is malignant and harmful.
It's about the context of caring for a child and seeing the suffering that kids can have that have not been in affirmative home situations.
So that was the part in our...
Oh, Mr. Walsh, I bow to you. I bow to you, man. I bow to you. Oh, yes. For the men who stand up for theirs, who's standing up 90 degrees, being upright in righteousness. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. It's crazy. This world is crazy. And don't let people put things on you and try to force you into a corner. You gotta accept this. This is what you... I ain't gotta do a motherfucking thing, nigga. Who do you think you are? You know, they come over here just dictating. Oh, man, this is what it is. I'm this. I'm that. I'm a female. And that's what I want to do. And I want to trick men. I want straight men. Because that's all I want. Participation trophies. Participation trophies, baby. These transformers, man. Just let them know you ain't accepting that, man. It is what it is. Keep it to yourself. Musa, and I'm out.